Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Rance. Welcome back to Two Balls Are Better Than One. If this is your first time, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if this isn't your first time, well, then welcome back, my friends. We appreciate your return. Today is going to be a special VR to our friend, your friend, the GOAT, Brandon Jensen Toplow. Let's go! My brother from another. Congratulations on 500 subscribers. Much more to come. Only a matter of time. Appreciate everything you do to this community. Not only are you one of the most exciting, fun channels that I like, the things you do to this community, it's just so heartwarming. It makes my heart full to see. The generosity is just beyond measurement, and you can tell why they call you the GOAT already. All right, so my man gave a reminder yesterday. I've been so. If you guys haven't had a chance to take a look at my brother's channel, please do yourself. You'd be doing yourself a disservice if you don't go and take a look at his channel. It will be in the description. I promise you won't be pissed. But yeah, sorry, I'm a little frazzled. It's been a long couple weeks getting ready for this show that me and Rylan did, and my bro gave a reminder yesterday. Like, we got to the stroke of midnight to get this in, so I wanted to make sure I got it done because I missed out on a couple of great ones, but we had to make sure that we pulled up for this one. So what he's doing on his channel, he's doing a giveaway, some amazing boxes. I believe all of them or most of them are from overseas, but you get the chance to battle him live with these boxes. You pick the right or left of like 5 different ones. He had Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Avengers, and if you're lucky enough, you can do a Harry Potter one with his wife. Now, as fun as that sounds, I would say that for myself, I would probably do the Avengers or the Transformers and probably the Turtles for the third. All the right boxes, but all those sound amazing and a good time. And my man wants to see your PC because that way, if anybody wants to send a rack or do a trade or just know what you PC, you'll have all that in his channel in a playlist. So that way we can just keep on building this community and doing great things for everybody around. And I think that's an amazing idea. So especially for me, I lost my collection as a kid, and my son got me back into the hobby, and we collect together. So we were able to turn this hobby and passion, not only with the cards, into a business, but now we've been being part of this YouTube community, which we didn't ever thought we were going to do, and now we're a part of it. It's all just coming full circle, and it's so beautiful to be a part of it. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody else that has welcomed us in with warm arms. But without further ado, though, we're going to show this PC. All right, so my favorite of all time is the great Devin Hester. Shout out to him for getting into the Hall of Fame this year and changing the kickoff as we know it forever. I believe he's a one of one. He'd get that ball and was just electrifying. So I got the auto right here on his rookie Topps Chrome. This is one of the first cards I got buying a Bears lot on eBay a couple years ago, and ended up getting a bunch of those rookies. Graded a bunch, got a couple. Did a giveaway where Hammy and Son's getting one of those, and Ryland's got one as well. And then everybody from this wonderful community has been hooking us up with some great cards. This is all the Devin Hester cards that I have in my collection. So I thought it'd be cool for me to, talk about some of the players, and then show, the cards that I have of them. But this man right here, man, you couldn't tell me nothing on that Super Bowl. Everybody hears about the legendary stories of the '85 Bears, but I turned 40. Blessings to that this year, and I didn't get to see the Super Bowl shuffle, so I just been seeing pain my whole life. Shout out to girl card dad right here, sent that into one of his giveaways. Appreciate you, brother. And again, a lot of these were from this great community. So uh, I'd be here naming names all day if I was gonna do that. So, but shout out to this amazing community for sending us some super awesome cards. Now, for Rylan, as I'm going through these, who he PCs, he's still a Jamar Chase fan. It's one of his favorite receivers. Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, and Luther Burden III. Shout out to SV to Go. He sent him a auto. My man almost was sleeping with that card for a couple of weeks on how excited he was. And then Roshan Johnson, he just got a graded card from him yesterday from the card show that we did. So he was excited about that. So that's who he PCs. Um, my PCs change time for time again. Losing my collection as a kid and then me stop collecting for so long, it was kind of hard for me to get back into cards. But when I did, again, I didn't want to let go nothing. Everything was so awesome, right? There's so many cool cards and different brands and different styles. It was hard to let go of stuff. And again, with the Bears not being so good, it was hard not to collect everybody. But this one's numbered. Or maybe it's not. I have a Jim McMahon like this that's numbered. But I collect some of the greats. This is who I'm always actively looking for when I'm at shows or whatever. Walter Payton, any of the 85 Bear greats. But currently, it would be in my Caleb Williams and I believe my Rome, or maybe it's just Caleb. I have in my display gate. It's been a long week. I'm crashing. I'm usually up at 4:30 every day, so with it being 4:07 p.m., it feels like it's midnight for me right now. But I got my Caleb's in the glass case display. I'll show that on my cell phone and just edit it in. Justin Fields. Now, me and the kid both collect him. I have a bunch of Justin because I was a big believer in Justin. I wish nothing but the best for him and success. I don't think he got the fair shake on the deal as far as us not building around him, but is what it is. That's the nature of the business, unfortunately. But best of luck to him. But it's Caleb Williams' time. Bear down. But I specifically chased this one right here, his optic rookie, the 2021 number 204. Been trying to. I'm not gonna be able to complete the set, but at the same time, like I like rainbow collecting with all the different parallels, so I'll try to get as many as I can get. Ryland will take any Justin Fields card, and more than likely I already have it, so that's the good thing about that. But these are the ones I have. I would say current Bears, growing up, wanted to play receiver, wanted to play safety or cornerback, loved hitting people and whatnot, so I was a big fan of like the GOATs like Jerry Rice and Deion Sanders. So a lot of people I collect are like those two positions as far as other teams and whatnot. But I had to like kind of limit who I collect. Again, it really put a magnifying glass on everything with me and him getting ready for this first show because I had to can't keep everything, right, if you want to make some money. So I had to really, really, really shrink down the who I PC and what I'm chasing, what I'm looking for. With me getting back in the hobby, really didn't know much about it. So on an investment standpoint, I knew at the time, I was like, well, my whole collection essentially is going to go to Ryland at some point. So I was like, well, I'm going to invest in Tom Brady, Patty Mahomes. I did my research just like I did my research on YouTube and followed a lot of people for a year before I started making content and whatnot, just trying to study and soak it up. Did the same thing with the market on this. So, I started PCing the GOATs. I'm not really vocal about it or say nothing because obviously this community is so amazing and they send cards. I'm like, I don't want people sending me the two top GOATs, but at the same time, I started PCing these, so when I'm at shows and stuff, I get it because I have hopes of when I started this business to anything I get is going to go to Ryland at some point. So I figured I'd show what I got. I'll take base cards and stuff like this all day, every day, because again, you can't go wrong with the GOAT. So I invested in these. I don't think I've ever really showed off my Brady or Patty Mahomes PC. Not too crazy, but if I'm at a show and I see something I like, I'll grab it. But outside of that, as far as outside of my team, Jerry Rice is somebody if I see I'm going to put in my stash. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. Love Deion Sanders. PC, Sauce Gardner. I got a lot of his cards. And it was kind of like that same vibe as Deion, But on the Bears, current players, I would say Kyler Gordon. Think he's super special. Think he's elite. Jaquan Brisker. Hopefully my man can stay healthy. He's had a few concussions that has limited his play, but he's looking good in training camp, and I think he's going to be special as well. Roma Dunze, Caleb Williams. Always happy with Bears cards. But after, at one point I PC'd a lot of players. But over COVID, well, let me take a step back. I've always been a nerd. Big into Star Wars, grew up on Marvel. I'm going to show off a lot of 90s Marvel cards that, besides football, kind of kicked it all off. One of my best friends had the biggest collection, used to come in and show it tell all the time. And, for kids growing up with not much, man, those things were everything to see. So I've always had a soft spot for Marvel in my heart, but always like Star Wars and stuff like that. So I'll definitely be showing some of those. But during COVID, I got into anime. My sister got me into it. And it opened the door to so much. Like Naruto is like my favorite show by far, and anything in the anime world. But it opened the door to so much, and not only did it open the door in that, but it opens the door to the trading cards, especially with me and Rylan selling cards. So it's perfect. It's like, cool. I can, now I PC certain things in TCG. I got people I PC in One Piece, Naruto, Star Wars making cards. That wasn't a thing with me growing up first, where I wasn't in it, didn't know about it, I was too young. So I have stuff like that too. So I get a little bit of everything in here. And then that way I'm not just hoarding cards, because it's so hard to let go, right? And another reason why I started like really collecting the goats. Well, I'll show that one a little bit. But I pulled a Tom Brady downtown in a mystery tin, in a Patty Mahomes tin. On Christmas Day, I had it sitting, because I'll hold wax and not rip it. I don't know how I'm able to do that and not do it, but I think my kids are teaching me patience, because back in the day, if I had it, it's getting ripped. But yeah, I had it stashed away and I forgot about it, and I was like, you know what? I got a tin up there. And I just knew I was going to pull it downtown. It's so surreal. Just like the universe with my man Brandon hitting this 500 and wanting to see the PC, and me and Rylan having our card show at the same time. Because it's like, it forced me to really, really, really consolidate my PC for us to make, inventory for these, to be able to fill this card show. So for the last couple of weeks and months, I've been shrinking it down and just forcing me to get like, okay, what am I collecting? What am I not? So for football, it's bear down all day. You send me some bear cards, anybody, everyone, or anyone or anyone ever feels like they want to send some. If it's a Bears card, I'm extremely thankful, grateful, and I appreciate it. You don't have to. But I figured I'd just, show you what I got, show you what I'm doing, what the plan is. It's all for Rylan at some point and someday. Hopefully that's not for another 100 and something years. But one day I'd like to pass it all down. Some patties. And Patty was just, gave me those same vibes, man. Running around the field, making plays, doing things that you just haven't seen anybody else do. And on the investment standpoint, it was like, okay, I'm truly not in the hobby to get rich. Obviously, I know how this works. I did a lot of research before jumping in this, but this is something out of my childhood that I enjoy, and I'm blessed enough to be able to do it with my son. But as a business and starting off, I was like, who do I need to invest in? So it's not only what's going to make the most sense for us, but what's going to be something that potentially would have long-term for Rylan. So if I'm at a card show, and I see either one of these goats, I'm always pulling the trigger and grabbing it. That's a beautiful card in the college uni. It's also a double-edged sword because clearly, as a Bears fan, I know that we chose Mitch Trubisky. I was gonna try to go the whole video without mentioning that. You can feel the pain. Can you hear the pain? Can you hear the pain in the voice? But you know what? I don't live in the past. We only move forward, think positive thoughts, because that's how the universe works, my friends. But man, yeah. But I'm Chicago everything. You know, it doesn't matter if we had a. I was going to say soccer, but I think we actually might have one. I'd be going for whatever team that is, because that's just the kind of player I am or person I am. Same thing for like baseball. Like, I'm a big Cubs fan. Don't get it twisted. But if like the Sox were in it, like I'm gonna root for the Sox, man. There's so many people in Central Illinois, and listen, don't jump in the comments and start getting in the feels, because we did get a lot of subscribers from that show. I appreciate anybody and everybody that did that. That means everything to me and Rylan. But we live in Central Illinois right now, and had two teams in Illinois with the Sox and the Cubs, and it's like a landslide on how many Cardinal fans are down here. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. That's not the card I wanted to put up. I thought I had. Give me a second, child. This is already going to be. My apologies, brother. I'm sorry that I did this at the last minute to you. Okay. But I had to get this out. I was like, I thought I had a different card in here. That's awesome. I like that. The Black Prism. Try to get through this a little bit faster because I still got. Oh my goodness, we're 17 minutes in this. Yeah, my man, we're gonna zip zap through this real quick. I know I've seen a lot of great VRs that were out there that had some amazing PCs, but I was like, I'm not gonna make it long. Let's keep it short. But I'm talking to the people out here, and I just get the flowing and going, and just feels so good. It feels so right. Here's some Star Wars. Don't have much on the Star Wars side of things, just because again, I've always been a fan of Star Wars. So when these chromes came out and I seen them, I'm like, those are so beautiful. Got to get a part of them. Just some random inserts and stuff like that. Some of the old cast, some of the new. Queen Amidala. Can't go wrong with the Chewie. The Palpatine. Mandalorian. Great show. Love the design on that. Definitely was working on finishing this set. Fire. That's going up. But more stuff came out, and I ain't even get into looking into how many are in it or what's going on with it, because the fun doesn't stop on the show. I think we just jumped straight into Marvel, because again, your boy loves Marvel. Yes. But before we get to the Marvel, we're going to get into the One Piece. But on Star Wars, like, again, I don't know any of what they make or whatever. I'm just a big fan of Star Wars. So, players or not players, but people like that, some of the goats, I'm always going to pull to the side and stuff like that. Let me see if I can move my camera cord out the way. All right. So this, for One Piece, IPC, the Straw Hat Pirates, which is the main character's crew. So this is Luffy right here in his flag. I think that's just so epic. If I was into still getting tattoos, I would get that tatted, but we're balling on a budget over here. We can't afford tattoos right now when you got a 3-year-old and a 13-year-old and a wonderful hobby and addiction you have to sports cards and trading cards. But this is all Monkey D. Luffy. This is the captain of the pirates. Starting to get into some of these parallels. Look at the artwork on these cards. It's just so magical. But yeah, my sister got me into TCG cards. or not TCG cards, into anime over COVID. And to be honest with y'all, I don't watch anything else besides this Marvel, Star Wars, and sports these days. I don't really watch TV, and I'm really not on my phone. I'm a big believer on where you spend your time, you know, it has value. So I don't really waste away watching the television. No disrespect to anybody that does. It's just where I'm at right now, mentally, spiritually, and I don't have time. Especially with trying to watch all your fantastic content that you put out, and with us all being creators, I want to make sure that I show love where it's being done. So my time goes into watching this community's videos, and then if I have a little time from being bullied by my two kids, I'm watching anime until football comes back out, or you know something gets dropped on Marvel or Star Wars. But these were all some of the members of his crew. Sorry I didn't really go through the names or whatnot, but that's Nami. And as I say that, the next card is a awesome card that I pulled out of a battle from God is Great. He said this card's worth a couple $100. I never even looked into it because the fun doesn't stop on the channel. We just been go, 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 go with ripping. But that's shout out to another GOAT. Can't wait to get his package sent out, which will be happening soon, my friend, this week, so we can do another epic battle ourselves. And my man, Brandon, even if I don't win, but I don't speak negativity into the universe, so I am going to win one of these, and we're going to do an epic battle. But if for some reason it doesn't happen, I would love to battle you in the future, my friend. My channel is going to go back into doing a lot of community battles and doing battles with Rylan, and then continue our Support Someone Sunday and community love and just trying to grow with everybody. But I definitely want to get to do more battles, and especially with you, my friend, at some point. I think that would be cool. Tony Chopper, this is our doctor, the ship's doc. Nico Robin, down to the end. All right. Pull these off to the side. Still got a couple more. Hopefully everybody had a fantastic weekend, but most importantly, hopefully my man Brandon, hopefully you celebrated this amazing milestone some fashion. I'm at that age right now where getting a good meal is the only thing that's important besides hanging with the kiddos. So whatever you did to celebrate it, I hope it was great. Hopefully you got a long weekend as well. Recording this on Labor Day weekend because my man gave a reminder and let me know. What a boss. Such an amazing human, man. But tell me what y'all think. If you're familiar with One Piece, who's your favorite, who you like? So now this is like his idol, Luffy. He's one of the main characters on here, who he inspires to be. So like side characters, I always like the teachers or the senseis, and I'm always liking some villains too. He's like the top admiral in the show, and this is one of the four or five Emperors of the Sea, Kaido. Just a badass character. Love it. All right, and that does it for One Piece. Pull these off. That's an awesome card, but I think it's only right that we throw the flag up there. Yeah. And we're getting there. We're almost done. We're only 23 minutes in. I got 2 more stacks, my brother. I appreciate the patience, and anybody that's sticking through this long, you're amazing. But we're going to get into this Naruto. Now, this is my favorite show of all time. I collect on here at PC Team 7. So that's going to be Naruto's team. This is Sadara right here. Sasuke and Naruto are part of the Team 7. They got their leader Kakashi, or like the team captain. And then I won't do any spoilers for who those that don't know about the show and maybe want to get into it. But you know, my man Sasuke kind of go rogue, man. He's got some internal stuff going on. He wants some revenge on something. So he goes on his own mission kind of thing, and my man Sai comes in and takes his spot for a little bit, but he's forever part of Team 7, but we all know. The OGs of the Naruto world know that Sasuke is the original member. This is Naruto himself. Look at that parallel right there. This is cool. When I first got back in the hobby, I didn't even know they made cards on these. Now I'm like, I'm grabbing them anytime I see them. But they don't make them no more, so you know you got to order them offline and stuff like that. But still awesome cards. I'm a big fan of them. Big fan of the show. I've probably watched it like 4 or 5 times. Those are so awesome. So yeah, with you know, with me in this world now, making content and dropping, you know, trying to diverse our profile and our videos, you know, this opened the door to getting into these. As soon as I knew these were out, I was like, oh, I'm getting those. So PC, you know, football used to be like 7, 8 players, but now it's dwindled down to only so many because again, in the future, what I'm going to be doing on the channel is ripping stuff like this. So this is what I'll be PCing from these, as well as me being a Chicago fan of everything. It doesn't matter. Any Chicago card is welcomed into the Balls household. This was a cool card. Let me go back to this. This is his father. They do a little transformation. That's so fire. This is dad right here. This is my man Itachi. This is Sasuke's brother right here. So on the back over here, those eyes that be giving you the Al Borland treatment over here like this. On the Tim the Toolman Taylor, those that know, that's who that is. He's a strong character on there. I definitely PC him, and this is one of the biggest villains on there, if not the biggest, probably it is. Madara, Uchiha, and then just this one to finish it off. Look at that. But well, my man Tachi's one of my favorites, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him up here. We'll do this one in the Koski robe. Look at that. He's in a group of villains, and it's like they're called the Koski. It's one of the coolest villains I've seen in groups. All right, and then we're gonna do the last. Now, just like football, man, these have been a staple in my childhood. As you see, I'll pull it to the side, paying attention to my backdrop. The X-Men, the original. I'm a big Marvel fan, but man, I'm so happy that X-Men are finally gonna get integrated into the MCU. Let's go. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm excited. And it could be the energy drink that I had to drink to do this because your boy's pretty tired. I don't normally drink those, but when I do, it gets me going. All right, so any X-Men I'm into. Look at this Gambit Hollow from back in the day. Fire. Fighting Sabertooth. Just pulled this in the Infinity Trilogy box that I was doing on the shorts, Beast. I also like villains as well on here, so you're going to see a couple villains that I'm going to show. You know, and to finish the video off, I'm going to show some of the old cards that I have as far as sets. I don't ever try to... That one's numbered right there. So cool on the Gambit. Never tried a set build before. Came across a couple of half-done collections in the Marvel world on some cards I grew up on. So I started trying to finish them, and I'm very close on 2 of the sets. I'm missing like 10 cards on one set, and I'm missing about maybe 8 on the other one. So I'm going to show some screenshots of what I'm missing on there, as well as have another video showing on this same one of me just showing my glass case of the boy Caleb Williams. Look at that Mr. Sinister. Watch this transition I'm going to hit y'all with, right? Magneto on the back, giving Wolverine another one I PC the business with his mask like half ripped off, and then you got Sinister holding the mask. Oh, that's so sick. What? Ugh. Love it. Apocalypse. One of the classics over there on the OG. Yeah. Thanos. Look at that. Dude, that's so sick. Alright, and then I meant to pull these off. I guess it's not that. Let me stop. I don't have OCD, but I'm like, sometimes I have moments where I want it a certain way. The GOAT himself, Stan Lee. Without him, it wouldn't be possible. And then Thanos, my favorite villain of all time. Like, you can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong. Put this bad boy over here. And then I am just going to show a couple more, or just those binders. And then I'm going to end this video. Sorry for taking so long. Do I have my... I do. So I got to show these. Got to show these real quick. Got to show the Roma Dunzeys. Because again, Rome and Caleb would be my top two current bears on the offense. I know I just got this from Panther Breaks, so shout out to Panther Breaks, man. Appreciate you, Brody. I got some nice things coming your way soon, my friend. Just fatten up these stacks and piles from ripping all the new football that's about to be happening. So yeah, we're just waiting to fatten some stacks. But here's our Romes. Try to go through these really quick. And a lot of everybody, or not a lot of everybody else, a lot of people in this community sent a lot of these Romes. Me and Rylan did not rip any new wax yet. We were focused on doing the baseball, all of our baseball series that we did. And then we jumped right into Marvel. So with the season kicking off next week, we're so excited. So shout out to the community because a lot of you sent these cards. Y'all know who you are. I would, again, list everybody. But that's why I do support Someone Sunday, to give back to the people. I actually pulled that. Fire. My daughter's Bob took my daughter because, again, she would have freaked out if I'd have tried to come down here and do this video right now. Like, she wants me to take her on a bike ride. But I was like, yeah, it's only going to take me like 10 minutes to do this video. We're at 32 minutes. And I got 2 binders to go through just quickly. I'm not going to go through them all, but just to give you a couple pages so you can see what the artwork on these are, because they're so fire. They're so cool. I've seen a couple people in the community show off some of the old school X-Men, but like look at these. Look at these cards. Sorry, Justin, just knocked you over. But I just want to show a couple of these real quick. This is one of the ones that I'm trying to finish. This is the 94 Fleer. I'll just pull like halfway through the pages and just even random ones I'm just pulling up, not even the main characters, and you can just see how cool those are. So awesome. Alright, so that's one. I don't know if that number's accurate, but it says 122 of 50. I think I got like 5 or 6 other ones in that time. And then this one, and again at the end I'll just do a screenshot of like what I'm missing as far as these 2 sets. Here's another one. Was this the 92 X-Men series? Any X-Men, some of those villains. Yeah, and I think this one I'm missing just a few more, but I'm not gonna hold y'all anymore. I just wanted to give you a sneak peek and an idea. This was my VR. Sorry for the miniature movie documentary that we just did right there. But again, man, shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to Brandon. Well deserved, my friend. Love this idea. Can't wait to, in the future, not only win a giveaway, but battle you. Because even if I don't win a giveaway, we're going to battle at some point, my friend. But kudos to you. Make sure you have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you got the day off tomorrow. But I'm going to do the little video of the glass case, and that's it. For the rest of y'all, don't wait. Make today great. But again, my brother, congrats. Till next time, my friends. Balls out.